Hello, hello. I'm just going to put that down a bit. Hello, hello. Welcome to Wednesday's functional fitness class. If you haven't done it before, then you'll need, if you have any, some bands. If you don't have any bands, it doesn't matter. You can still do the movements for the exercises, and a chair. Most of the exercises I'm going to do, you can do in the chair. I'm not going to show them all in the chair as I go through them. But if you need to do it in a chair, let me know. If your mobility is not very good, let me know, and I will show you how to do them. But I'm also going to put up some specific videos about chair-based exercises on my playlist. So watch this space. Right, so without further ado, we're just going to get started, and we're going to start with a warm-up. Then we'll do the main body of the exercise, and then we'll do some stretching. So with the warm-up, we're just walking on the spot, nice and gently. And do it on your toes if you can, but not, if it's difficult, then just use your, I was going to say your flat feet. I don't mean you've got flat feet. But just nice and gently. Do a slight, I'm just going to move this chair because it's getting in my way. Do a slightly exaggerated swing of your arms, just to get the shoulder muscle, the shoulder joint a bit mobile. Just going to do this for a few more seconds, and then we'll do other things just to warm up, to mobilize your joints and warm up your muscles, and just to sort of warm your body. Watch out, exercise is going to happen. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Right, so now put your hand on your shoulder so that your arm is like a wing, and hold it out at 180 degrees. Imagine you've got a pencil sticking out of your elbow, and we're going to do 5 big circles backwards. 1, 2, perfect circle, 3, 4, 5, nice full range of movement, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the other side. Don't forget that pencil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fabulous. That just gets your shoulders, a little bit of mobility into your shoulders in a nice, safe way. Next one we're going to do is a bit new. If you've been with me before, it's a bit new. We're going to have our hands like this, and we're just going to go cross our arms and then bring them back. And each time, one time go over, one time go under. Okay, so we'll take your right hand, because I'm right-handed and most people are. So right hand under, nice and gently, right hand over. So under and over. Just going to do it very gently. If you can't get your shoulders back very far, absolutely fine. Just go. Sorry, I don't know whether we should be over or under at the moment, but with all these exercises, just do what you can. Don't force yourself to go further than your body wants to. So we'll do just a couple more, just to get the old shoulders and your back going as well. It's good for your back, this one. We've got more of that later. Okay, right, we'll stop that one there. Next thing we're going to do is we're just going to do a little twist. Have your hands here, keep looking forward. Your pelvis stays forward and your head stays forward. And not moving your head stops you getting dizzy. So we're just going to go round like that. 2, just to get a bit of a twist in your waist. 3, 4, try not to let your hips go like that. Try and keep your hips facing forward. 4, 5, so it's just your top half that goes. 6, 7, 8, oh, I quite like this one. 9, 10. It's just to get a bit of a twist in your waist. Next one we're going to do is we're just going to have our hands at waist height. And this is a balancing one. This is a warm-up exercise, but it helps with balance. And coordination. So just going to, if you can, just bring your knee up to your hand, not your hand down to your knee up to your hand. If you can't get your knee up to your hand, it doesn't matter. Just do as far as you can. Your hand is there just as a sort of guide. Okay? So we'll do a couple more on your toes if you can. 3, 2, 1, and then without stopping, we're going to go across. Now, if you can't do this, just keep doing this one, okay? Or stop and wait for us to catch up. Again, if you can do it on your toes, it's good for balance. Try not to bend as well. It's just your knees that are moving. 3, 2, 1. Okay, see, I'm wobbling backwards and forwards. Right, we're going to do our little routine. We're going to have a few more warm-ups. So we're going to start by doing a heel dig and anchor your elbows into your waist. And with the opposite arm, you're going to do a bicep curl. So it's a heel dig and a bicep curl with the opposite arm. And these next set of 4 exercises, they are very good for strength, as well as warming you up and mobilizing your joints. They're good for strength, coordination, balance, and a bit of flexibility, I suppose, but not so much flexibility. 3, 2, 1. And the next one we're going to do is we're just going to step out to the side. And prayer hands, and as your leg goes out, your arms go out. So, again, remember, imagine you've got headlights on your knees, and so they're always pointing forwards. Don't want your knees to sort of come into the side. They should be pointing forward. 3, 2, can't really see my feet, but you know what they're doing. 1. Next one we're going to do is we're just going to take a step back. And as you step back, have your hands here, you're just going to push your hand out and have your, splay your fingers. Give your fingers your hands a bit of a workout. Now in this one, the temptation for your knee to slide in is greater than the others. So make a conscious effort to try and keep those headlights pointing forwards. You haven't got dipped headlights, you've got full headlights. We tend to neglect our hands. I mean, we use them all the time. It's only when something goes wrong that we realize how much we love and value them. 3, 2, 1. And finally, we're just going to do a toe tap. And we're going to swing your opposite arm. Just in a nonchalant, strolling sort of way. 3, 2, 1. Now this is where the memory and coordination comes in, because we're going to put all those 4 exercises together and make a sort of dance of it. So we're going to go, I'm going to put this down slightly, just so that you can see my feet as well. No, I need to put it up a bit, because all you can see is my feet, not my lovely smiling face. Oh, now, yes, that's better. So we're going to do heel dig, side. I'll have to come forward, I'm afraid, back, else I'll kick the banisters. Toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap, heel dig. We're going to speed it up a bit. Side, back, toe tap. If you're new to this and you're floundering, don't worry about it. It comes with practice. Toe tap, heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Get a sort of rhythm going, heel dig, or put music on, side, back. If you're a bit bored in the house, toe tap. And you think, what shall I do? Maybe I should be a bit active. I know, I'll do Rosemary's routine. Get some music on, and off you go. Toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. How's that? You're all nice and limber and nicely warmed up. So now we're going to go into the main body of the exercise. I've changed the exercises, but I've changed them again from last week, because when I change exercises, there's always a sort of bedding in process until I get something that I'm happy with. And last week we started as usual with a squat, but we started with a sumo squat, which I've changed this week. We're still going to do the sumo squat, but just not the first thing that we do. We're going to go back to the good old tried and tested squat. Now, I don't want to spend too long on squat techniques, because there is a video. I've put a video up on my playlist about how to do a squat. So if you want to know about the technique, have a look at that. Just suffice to say that it's sitting without a chair. It's not coming forward like that. Your bottom goes right out. If you're not able to do a free squat, sit in the chair, thighs parallel, and just stand up and sit down with good control. If you can't do that, swing your arms to get a bit of momentum and get yourself up. Or finally, if your legs aren't strong enough for that, put your hands on your knees and stand up. But the object of the exercise is to be able to stand up from practically any chair without having to use your hands or pull yourself up. Getting on and off the toilet, very important. Embarrassing if you get stuck on the loo. Right, so we're going to do 10 squats. I'm going to do ways for 5 so that you can see that my knees aren't doing that I'm back like that. And then 5 forward so that you see my knees aren't coming in. Remember the headlights. If you can't go down very far or you can't do 10, it doesn't matter. Do what you can, because 10 is something to aim for. So we're going to go 1. You don't need to go down as far as I'm going. 2. I put my hands out here just to sort of balance myself. 3, because your weight's in your heels. 4, 5, and then 6. Try not to hinge at the waist. 7, I mean, you do come forward because that's the way your body is constructed. 8, but you're not bowing like that. The temptation for some people is to do that. 9, 10. If you're not used to doing squats, it takes a little while to get the technique right. But technique is all, because it stops you damaging your knees, because it's your thighs and your glutes that should be taking all the strain. Right, what are we going to do? Right. What we have now are some arm exercises. I used to have these in the warm-up, but they're so good as exercises on their own that I've incorporated them into the main body of the exercise. So the first one we're going to do is just the arm up and one back. Now, if you can't get your arm by your ears, that's fine. Do them wherever they'll go. So that's 1. We do 10 of everything. And 2, this is great for your posture. 3, great for your back muscles. 4, remember, muscles can only pull, they can't push. 5, so your big back muscles are lifting your arm up. 6, and your shoulders are working. 7, these deltoid muscles in your shoulders. 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. Next one is stand with your hands by your side, with your palms facing your thigh. Turn your palms out, bring them up over your head to touch, turn them back again and bring them back to their original position. So that's 1. And it's a constant turning, turn, turn, turn. It's really good for the small muscles in your shoulder. It just helps use them. Plus, obviously, all the other muscles that you're using to raise your hands above your head. I've lost count. We're going to call that 5. 6. I'm just going to kneel down so as you can see what I'm doing. 7. 8. You don't need to kneel down, obviously. 9. Somebody said the other week that they found these quite difficult. 10. Not this specific one, but these 3-arm exercises that I do. So I think it's quite useful. I do these every morning, actually. It's quite a good wake-up thing. On my playlist as well, there's a 5-minute video about exercises that you should do every morning. Not that you should do, but that you can do every morning. Just when you get out of bed, before you've had your cuppa, anything like that. And it just sort of sets you up a bit. And it's called 5-minute wake-up exercises or something. So have a look for that. Anyway, last one, have your hands, your elbows at 90 degrees, and then you're just going to bring them in, touch your elbows together. If you can't touch your elbows together, it couldn't matter less. Just do it to where you are comfortable. Remember, never force anything. That's 4. Never force your joints to do anything. 5, if anything hurts, stop doing it immediately. 6. 7, exercise should never be painful. 8, should be challenging. 9, 10, challenging but never painful. Okay, so those are the 3 sets of exercises that really work your shoulders and your back and everything and your arms. I think they're really good. I really like doing them. Right, the next one we're going to do is a balance exercise, specifically balance. So have the chair here in case you need to hold on to it. If you don't need to hold on to it, great. I'm going to hold on to it while I show you what I want you to do, because one bit's quite easy, the next bit's quite hard. So what I want you to do is just don't do this, just watch. You bring your knee up so that your thigh is parallel with the floor. Up, just bring it to where you can get it, okay? But I'm going to bring it so that it's parallel to the floor. And then you just stand on your tiptoe up and down on the other one. Now that's quite difficult, and I find myself sort of jumping and things, but it's not. It's just up and down. It doesn't matter how far your foot comes off the ground. If you're only just doing it a tiny bit, but just give it a go. And we're going to do 10 on each side. I'm going to hold on for a minute just till I get my balance. So raised leg and up on your toe, back down. This is 2, 3, and the constant movement overbalances you. 4, which is what we want. 5, woo. I'm not sure I like this one actually. 6, quite hard, isn't it? I find it quite hard. 7, it's quite a difficult one to coordinate. 8, I wouldn't mind some feedback on this one. 9, 10. So you're strengthening your ankle and calf on this side, and you're using your core to pull up this leg, but you're also increasing your ability to balance as well. We might just have a proper standing one. Anyway, we'll see. Other leg now. So parallel to the up, ooh, down. This is really hard. Up, toe, down. Have that up there, up on your toe, and down. I don't think I like this one. Up, down. I mean, these should be doable. I might go back to round the clock. Down. Up, toe, down. Up. Oh, I've lost count. Let's say that was 8. 9. 10. You know what I say, if an exercise is difficult, it means you need to do it more, not less, but I have my doubts about that one. If you can, give me some feedback, because I really need to know what you think. Anyway, we're now going to do our first exercise where we need a band. If you haven't got a band, just do the, shouldn't have a green band or the green shirt, should I? Just do the arm movements. But if you can get a band, now some of these exercises, particularly with the arms, you're going to need a weaker band. So if you got a pack of bands from Amazon, say, and there was light, medium, and heavy, use the lightest one for these exercises. So you're going to start with your hands by your arms, elbows by your side, and this in your hands. Now, this is a new one for most people. And then what we're going to do is just stretch it out like that and then bring it back in. Okay? So we're going to do 10 of those. So you need to concentrate a little bit to get the technique right. So 1, and control it when it comes back in. 2, don't let it boing. 3, 4, this is great for your shoulders. 5, your arms. 6, your back as well. 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. If you don't have a band, obviously you just be doing pretending, but you're still using the muscles, you're still working. Next one we're going to do, I'm just going to move this over a bit, is we're going to do the dreaded side bend. So have your feet slightly wider than hip width apart, and all you're going to do is go down to the side. See if you can get your hand to your knee. If you can't, it doesn't matter. If you can only go down a wee bit, it doesn't matter. If you want to, you don't have to. You can put your arm above your head, over your head. If you're going to do that, keep your arm straight so that the muscles in your arm are working. So we're going to go, I'm going to put my arm above my head because it's just laziness on my part if I don't. So that's 1. We're going to do 10 to one side. 2, 3, this is great for your core. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woof. Just collect yourself a bit, and we're going to do 10 on the other side. So, 1, always makes me grunt and groan, this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oof, there we go. Right, now we're going to do the sumo squat that I mentioned before. Now, sumo squat, you have your legs much wider apart than you do in a normal squat, and you have your feet at about 45 degrees, pointing out at 45 degrees, and your knees go out like that, but they don't go over your toes, so you're not sort of just doing your knees. You are sort of sticking your bottom out a bit as well, because your knees don't go forward like that. They stay back. So we're going to try 10. If you can't do 10, that's fine. You don't have to go right down, because even if you just go down a little bit like that, you can feel these muscles hardening. And it's the side glutes that are good on this one. Anyway, I'll stop talking and we'll do it. So we're going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can feel this on my thighs more than the other one. 6. 7. That's the weight on my heels again. 8. 9. 10. How was that? Was that quite hard? I think it is quite hard. Right, we're going to do a bicep curl. For this one, you can use a stronger band if you want. You don't have to, because you can alter the tension by holding it in different places. Anyway, you're going to get the band and stand on it. Anchor your elbow into your waist. Hold the band, have enough tension so that if you relaxed your hand, have your forearm about 45 degrees, have enough tension so that if you relaxed it, it would go like that. The band would pull it down. You have to be consciously holding the band. Right, so there, and we're just going to close our arm. Don't your elbow never leaves your side. So you see people doing it like this. Well, don't you do it like that. Anchor your elbow, because the bicep is pulling everything up, and that's what's giving the efficacy to the exercise. So, sorry, just needed to explain that. So we'll go 1, 2, and you can see my bicep working there. 3, 4, 5. Don't rock. 6. If you start rocking, you've lost technique. 7, and you should stop. 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. Other one. Now remember, I can't stress too strongly enough that these exercises are your exercises. So you do them at your capability. 2. So if you can't do 10 of anything, that's fine. 3. Or you might need a rest halfway through and then continue. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's important to try and give every exercise a go though. 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. Right, the next one, we're going behind the chair. And again, it's for our side glutes, and it's called rock the boat. And we're just going to put one leg up like that. Now, you're lifting the leg and you're placing it down. You're not letting gravity plonk it down. And as it comes up, your toe is pointing forwards. So you bring that back and you do the other one. 1, 2. Consciously lift. 3. Don't let momentum get the better of you. And kick it up. 4, 5. Try and keep your torso as upright as possible. 6. Don't twist your leg. 7. Should be starting to feel it on the side here. 8. I can feel it. 9. 10. The beauty with that exercise is the better you get at it, the stronger these side muscles get, the higher you are able to lift your leg, so it never gets any easier. So that's jolly good, isn't it? I don't want a notification halfway through my thing. Right, rock the boat. Oh yes, next one. You need the lighter band again for this one. And what we're going to do is anchor your elbows again, but this time have your palms facing up and have the band across your palms and hold it so that your palms are about 6 inches apart. And you're just going to open your arms like that. So it's that movement. Nothing else moves, only your forearms. We're going to do 10. Go 1. Remember, don't boing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that's a difficult one, so don't worry if you can't if you can't get much movement. If you can't move it at all, maybe see if you can get a lighter band. But if you can't, if you've got the lightest band and you still can't move it, just keep persevering and imagine how pleased you'll feel that day when it does move. Right, band again. Now this one again has a bit of a difficult technique. So what I want you to do is I want you to hold the band out, have your arms at shoulder height parallel to the floor, and one arm is going to stay absolutely static. So for the sake of argument, your left hand and arm are going to stay absolutely static, and your right arm is going to go out. So you're just going to move it out like that. 1, don't boing. 2, so you're pulling against your left arm. 3, which is working that arm as well. 4, 5, 6, 7, check that your left arm is static. 8, 9, 10. So when you're doing it, you have to brace your left arm. Other side. 1, whoops, bit of a drift there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is tiring on my left arm. 9, 10. Whew, that's quite tough, that. If you can only do a few of them, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about doing 10 to begin with, because it's a new exercise and it is quite difficult. Oh, apparently, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm so intent on doing that. We're at the end of the exercise, of the strengthening bit of it. But what we're going to do is we're going to just do a little bit of routine, and then we're going to go into the high intensity stuff. So we're going to do heel dig, side. Oh, my arms are a bit wobbly. Forward, toe tap, heel dig, side. Are your arms wobbly? Toe tap. Shows it's a good exercise though. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. 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 One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. That was just to sort of get you warmed up again, because we've done a little bit of being static. So just to get the blood flowing again. because we're going to end with 3 bouts of 20 seconds of high intensity interval training. So, yes, it is, Diane. Leg raise and balance, very tricky, hard. I concur. I don't know whether I want to keep doing it or not. Part of me says we should keep doing it because then we can get better at doing it and practice it. Part of me says, is it so hard that it's not actually giving any benefit? I will have a ponder about that because basically what we need to be able to do is stand on one leg. But once you can do that, you need to you need to unbalance yourself so that you get used to balancing again. Anyway, I'll have a think about it. Yes, 3 bouts of 20 seconds of high intensity. I'm just getting I'm not checking my emails, just getting my clock. So what I'm going to do, not today, but I'm going to make some short videos and put them, they won't be live, but you'll be able to access them on my YouTube channel. There's already one, the 5-minute wake up one. I'm going to do chair-based exercises. I'm going to do HIIT, high intensity interval training, a 5-minute session that you can do with plenty of rest. The clue is in the interval training, so it's not 5 minutes of continuous exercise. And various other ones. Maybe there's stretching up there already and things, so never stretch when you're not warm. So anyway, because high intensity interval training is really good for you. Obviously, if you've got any medical problems, got any heart problems, you get any chest pain, anything like that, stop immediately. If you've got any concerns about doing this, don't do it. So we're going to do 20 seconds of running on the spot as fast as you can, legs, tiny, tiny, tiny little steps, but as fast as you can. Your arms move too, but they don't move at the same time. I've seen people try to get their arms moving at the same speed as their legs, and then your arms just do nothing. So your arms are moving too. And we're going to do 3 lots of 20 seconds with a 40-second recovery or in between. Okay? My phone's just gone off again. On your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Right. Have a rest. Get your breath back. Yes, high intensity interval training it's also been proved to be more effective for the over 60s than it is for the under 30s. Yay! So it is really good. So these 5-minute videos that I'm going to put up, because you don't always fancy doing a sort of 45-minute exercise session, but sometimes you just fancy, doing something. So if you could get one of my videos out and just quickly do 5 minutes, at least you've done something. And it's fun, hopefully fun. Right, so that's the 40 seconds rest that you've had. So we're going to start the second session now. So on your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Another 40 seconds rest. One of the things I would encourage you to do is to subscribe to my video. What I've noticed, Google are being a bit naughty, because what they're doing now is, even if you don't consent to it, they're putting adverts on my video. So you click on my 5-minute wake up exercises, and you get this advert for this meal replacement, which I haven't authorized. I don't get any money from. It's just nothing to do with me. It's Google just trying to make more money. So if I have 1,000 subscribers, then I can start to get money from these adverts. So if you can subscribe, or you can get some friends to subscribe. I've got about 367 subscribers. So if each of those people got 2 people to subscribe, I'd have 1,000. And then I wouldn't mind the adverts so much. But it's a bit of a liberty putting an advert on. Anyway, so subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It's a bit like liking it on Facebook. Right, sorry, you had a minute there, so that's quite good. Last one. On your mark, oh, hang on, stop. On your mark, sorry. On your mark, getting excited here about videos. On your mark, adverts. On your marks, set, go. $17, $18, $19, $20. Well done. Did you manage all three? That's brilliant. Just while you get your breath back before we go into the stretching, just to remind you that if you've enjoyed the session, you can buy me a coffee, and the link is underneath in the comments section. If you can't, I don't think that Facebook have changed how you do a live video, so I don't think it actually comes up with a blue link anymore that you can click on. It gives you the address, but if you need the link, just get in touch with me, either through Facebook, or some people use Messenger, some people whatever. Some people use this actually. So that's the buy me a coffee. If you want to know more about fitness generally, or you want to get in contact with me, because through Facebook is a very good way of doing it, you can, the address for my Facebook page is there. It's Over 50 Fitness Facebook. And you can get me through there. I think that's just about it. Oh yeah, one thing, on the 28th of September, where are we now? So that's 2 weeks, just more or less 2 weeks. I'm going to be doing Trisha Talks. I'll put some information up about it on Facebook, and talking about fitness on my channel and various things. So Trisha is somebody who, she's a businesswoman, but she started her own business when she was about 50, 55. And she does makeup tips for older ladies. Totally, obviously, you cannot improve in perfection, so I don't use that aspect of it. But obviously, being physically fit is quite an important aspect of growing old disgracefully and having quality of life. So anyway, I'm doing a talk with her towards the end of September, but I'll tell you about it. Right, enough gobbing from me. Stretches. Those of you that didn't want to hear that will be way ahead with the stretches, because those of you who have been with me for getting on for 2 years know. So front leg bent, back leg straight, heels on the ground, both feet pointing. Oops, see, that foot wasn't quite pointing in the right. That foot was pointing out a bit. Both feet pointing forward, and lean forward so that you get a stretch at the top of your calf. And then gently bend your back knee. Your heel will come off the ground. Put a bit of weight on it, just a little bit, and you should feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles. Don't bounce like I'm doing. Bouncing and stretching is not advisable. And then swap. And this calf is stiffer than the other one. Leaning forward. Bend your back leg. Feel the stretch move down into the Achilles. Okay, right, we're going to do the thighs now. If you want to, you can do a static stretch and you can practice your balance while you're doing it. But if you can't get your leg up like that, I now quite like dynamic stretches where you put your hands behind your back and you see if you can kick your hand with your heel. And I think this one is good. If you're going to do the static stretch, start now. If you're doing dynamic, do that now. I like this one because not only are you stretching your thigh muscle, you're also working your hamstrings. So you're strengthening your hamstrings and stretching your thigh muscle. So I quite like this one. So if you're doing static stretching, swap legs now. If you're doing dynamic stretching, you just keep right on. When I first started doing this, it was a bit difficult for me to actually get my heel to touch my hand. And now it's easy peasy. So it must work. So we'll just do 3, 2, 1, and a cease and desist. Right, having worked the hamstring, we're now going to stretch them. So sit on the edge of the chair and have your knees at 90 degrees with your ankles under your knees. Check you're sitting upright by doing your arm stretch just to make sure you've got a nice posture. Stretch one leg out, pull your toe back, and then you're going to lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. So you're not sort of collapsing down, you're moving forward. So you're going, if you had that headlight, it's all over the place, that headlight, you'd be looking forward rather than sort of forcing yourself down. It's moving forward. And that stretches you back a little bit as well. And if you pull your toe back, makes it a bit more ouchy. Remember, this is your stretch, so go down to your capability. It should be challenging, but not painful. If it hurts, stop immediately. And then sit up and swap legs. You can check your posture again if you want. And then down you go. And then sitting up. And then the final leg one is sitting sideways in the chair and at the front, and then this leg comes out. You're only sitting this way on the chair so that the chair doesn't get caught up with your legs while you're doing this. Oh, wow. That's so, oh, there. I'm still having problems with this. I think it's my TFL, my tensor fasciae lati, which is that big sort of muscle there. It's only a short muscle, but it's the one that lifts your leg up. And I think that's what it is. Painful anyway. Anyway, enough of my problems. And then round and the other leg. Just to get these hip flexors stretching. Just a bit more flexibility into your hips. Because flexible hips are a good thing. And then just let me move this out of the way. You're going to have your hands at shoulder height, palms facing forwards, and you're going to go round the tree, not straight, but round, big fat oak tree it is, and dip your head. I love this stretch. It's really good. I feel it really beneficial. Sort of my neck and the top of my shoulders. I do like it. And then if you can, interlink your fingers. If you can't, just try and get your elbows together. If you're interlinking your fingers, just lift your arm up. See, I can do this further than I used to as well. I only used to be able to go to there. It does work, definitely. Okay, and then finally, I don't know why I put the chair away, because sitting in the chair, don't use the back, just support yourself. Just look down, put your hand on your crown, and just let the weight of your hand push your head down slightly. Don't push. And then bring your head up. And then look sort of 45 degrees at the floor. Put your hand here and just gently pull. Make sure that this arm is by your side and nice and relaxed. Very gently pull just to stretch this bit of your neck. I get quite stiff necks no matter what I do. The muscles stiffen up. I think it's an age thing. And then bring your head back to the center again. And then you're going to turn your head to the left, just your head, not your shoulders. And put your hand on the right hand side of your face. Try and turn your head back to the center, but resist with this hand have a fight going on, a good old fight, and then relax and see if you can turn your head just a little bit more to the left. Hold it there for a couple of seconds and then bring your head back to the center. And then again, look the other side down at the floor, sort of 45 degrees. A lot of 45 degreeing in this class, isn't there? And then pull your head just slightly forward. Keep this nice and relaxed, just so as you feel a bit of stretch on your neck. And then look up, I'm going to cough. Turn your head to the right. Take your left hand, put it on the left-hand side of your face. Try and turn your head back to the center. Resist with your hand. Get that tension going in your neck. Really, really have a good old fight going on. And then release. And see if you can turn your head slightly more to the left. To the right even. And then bring it back to the center. And that's it. I feel, my shoulders feel, I know I'm concentrating more on the arm exercises. And I think it's really important because I was conscious of the fact that my shoulders and my arms were stiffening up. So if I get that, then you do as well. Hi, Jane. Good. It definitely does work. Yes, it does, Nikki. Let me know about that. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that leg lift toe one. I think I'm going to do something else. I'll have a think. Anyway, see you on Monday or Wednesday, whichever or both. Bye.